Hello and welcome to another video from Sustenance and Cover, the only channel you need to not only survive the current apocalypse but actually enjoy it. And this little piece of property that I'm showing you here doesn't belong to me, but I maintain it. And I just scanned it so I can ask you a question. How many fruit trees did you just count as I was scanning this property? You really don't know, but if you'd have seen this maybe 2 weeks ago, you probably would know, because all these fruit trees had tags on them. And this is a big day for me because I was able to pull my tags off. I hate having tags on my trees, but you absolutely have to have a way of identifying what you got planted. If you only got 4 or 5 trees on your yard, that ain't a big deal, but I got 600 of them here that I planted. Here's some of the tags. The tags that were dry rotted I threw away. I kept the good ones in case I ever decide that I have to re-enter the economy. I can sell some of my trees and I'll have professional looking tags to put on them. But anyway, I didn't just get really good memory, I wrote everything down. And so here's my maps. I know you can't read that, but every one of them little dots is a tree that I planted. Yeah, see, there's my house. Now here's a better picture of the house, a little close up to get some of the trees that we put in real close. Brown turkey fig, Dorset golden apple, Louisiana sweet orange, peach, just every tree that I've planted. And there's 600 of them that are listed on these maps, but some of them overlap, so I've actually had to write down the names of trees 1,000 times probably. This is 36 pages. Oh, here's my what do you call it, square foot garden from the aerial view. But in any case, it's important to have an idea of what your trees are, especially if you've got trees that are pollinators for other trees. You know, if you've got a small yard, yeah, if you can only plant maybe 3 or 4 trees just to plant things that are self-pollinating, and you don't have to worry with that. And that's what we did. We planted self-pollinating trees, but what happens is you eventually run out of self-pollinating trees, and you don't want to plant the same thing, so you start planting trees that need pollinators. Now, the tags have to come off eventually. If you're thinking that the solution is just never take the tags off, that's not going to work, because those tags will eventually cut into the tree and kill it, or at least kill everything that's above where the tag is tied on. And that goes doubly true for these stakes. When you buy a fruit tree, it's usually staked up, and those little straps are really hard plastic, and I have seen trees killed by stakes that were not removed in time. See, there's a bunch of these little metal rods. And don't throw any of this away, because you can use it when you propagate your own trees, but you don't want to leave them on your trees. But you also don't want to lose track of what you got planted, no matter what. Anyways, now that I've got all my tree tags off, my property looks more like a forest and less like a tree store. And I'll be able to do a few walk around videos now. Before, I was a little bit ashamed because of all the videos I do about hiding your food, and my food was right out there in plain sight with big old for sale signs on it. Now, I do have an exception to things that I won't untag, and I'll show you an example here. This little tree here, that's a jelly palm. That tree would be stomped in about a day if I didn't have the flag here. And it would only take a couple of weeks for it to get run over by a lawnmower. So you got to have things like this tagged. Normally, if they get tall enough to where I know the tree is actually taller than what the ground cover normally gets, then I'll unflag it. This little peach tree had a flag on it till last week, but it'll stick out. I can identify a peach tree pretty easy, and this area has been done for a long time, so very little ground cover comes up. Anyways, you want to maintain stealth. Somebody walking back here think they just walked into the woods. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me.